Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone in the unique universe. My name is Derek Maxfield. This is Tori Coulter, and today is Monday, February 14th, and this is a very special edition of This Unique Life.
Did we do this on Valentine's Day on purpose? This is what a fabulous idea for Valentine's Day. It's just sort of occurring to me as I'm seeing some of the red lips on our panelists.
Shout out to my Valentine, Shalane Maxfield. Hopefully you've received your gift that came, and to my two daughters, who I also sent something to. I'm excited to be with you today because this is indeed a special edition today as we celebrate Black History Month here at Unique, and of course, across the country. We have, I think, developed a beautiful campaign for February to highlight Black history special moments. And speaking of special, today we have created a very special panel group of 3 women who will be speaking to you shortly that are a part of our Shades of Empowerment community. The Shades of Empowerment group builds culture and establishes the presence of women of color in Unique by fostering unity, creating ideas, and of course, providing inspiration and innovation. I very much appreciate that this group has been created by our presenters, led by those same presenters, and we are proud to jump in and support that. Right, Tori?
Absolutely. And what a wonderful group of women that are positive and encouraging each other. And they are 3 of those women are taking part in this panel to celebrate diversity in beauty.
In fact, let's go right to that, Tori. Why don't you introduce the panel and get us started, because they are the stars of the show today.
They are the stars of the show. So we have 3 women who I hope that you can all see on screen for everyone who is joining us. 3 extraordinary members of our unique family and our unique community. And let me just give you a quick brief description of who these 3 women are. And we have a wonderful we're representing multiple countries here, which is an extra and very cool bonus. So our first panelist is Sylvia Johnstone. She is a 48-year-old single mom of 2 boys, and she is from the UK. Sylvia, we're happy to have you here. Welcome. She joined Unique in 2014. She is green status. She is, well, listen to this. She is a dance fitness instructor and is passionate about helping people fall in love with who they are and be authentic and unapologetic. And those are all things that I admire.
I do as well. Good for you, Sylvia. Thank you for joining us.
All right, that's panelist number 1, Tia Evans. Tia joined Unique. She was a kidnapper. I love that our presenters are proud of being a kidnapper, because it shows you what you can do if you have an open mind and an open spirit to what's in front of you. So I love that you're proud of being a kidnapper. 8 years later. So Tia has been with the organization for 8 years later. She's an elite green status presenter. And in 2021 rather, she was a virtual catalog model. She was a Shades of Empowerment convention panelist and a member of the diversity panel. We're working you here, Tia. I had no idea actually everything.
Yeah, all these
things. Tia is earning every bit of what, and so clearly a woman that we highly respect, that we're asking her to do everything. And then last but not least is I didn't talk that much about Tia. Tia's from Texas. A full-time title abstractor.
Wait, what is an abstractor?
I don't know. I actually don't know what that is.
Let's find out later.
Let's find out, because I have never heard of that. So that's cool. So Tia's shaking her head. Maybe you can put it in the comments, Tia. She is a mom of 2, a pet mom of 5, and a wife, and loves fishing, research, friends, and plants. A very diverse and complete woman. And then our last panelist is Shirley Bonneau. Shirley is a mom of 7 kids.
Oh my heavens, Shirley. Good job on that.
Good job on that. Boy, I hope those kids are doing something special for their mom that I am sure they love and respect, because you deserve it today on the day of love. 4 of them are in college. That's extraordinary.
That really is. That says something about you as well.
Wow, and 3 of them are still at home. She joined in August of 2014 and is an orange status presenter. She also loves plants. She loves yoga. She explores the city. Her passion lies in helping women over 40 love themselves and age gracefully, which we all know is for society is a tough thing, how women can age and love who they are as they age. Okay, we have a great lineup. We have a great lineup of 3 wonderful women who are here to answer some questions. So as Derek said, the purpose of this is to talk about and celebrate Black beauty, but also the evolution in the beauty industry and how, as a woman of color and as a Black woman, you choose to celebrate that, understand it, speak about it, and hopefully educate all of our presenter base on what we can also do to celebrate that and build diversity in our community. All right, so Sylvia, you're up first. Sylvia is up first. Let me ask you the question, and we kind of gave them an idea, but I really, really feel like the authenticity of these women is going to show through loud and clear. And so these women are pretty much hearing these questions for the first time, so they will be able to speak from their heart. First question for you, Sylvia. Why do you think it's important to educate on how Black beauty has impacted the industry? So part of our social campaign this month is to educate on that. But why you as a Black woman, Sylvia, why do you think it's important for us all to understand and to be better educated on how this industry has been impacted by Black beauty?
I knew I'd get picked first. Honestly, for me, it's a hard question.
It is a hard question.
For me, as a Black woman, the color of my skin shouldn't even be a thing. It should be the success of every woman. Every woman should be celebrated. It shouldn't be on skin. For me, this is just my honest opinion. Like, every woman should be inspiring another to grow and to shine out there. And I get it that, you know, recent years, Black beauty, whatever you want to call it, is shining through on every level. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants to celebrate it. I think within Unique, it's important for us to educate our white sisters and that to be more inclusive. It's not that we're anything different. It's not that we are special. Well, we're all special, but just to celebrate that having darker skin tones is just as beautiful as having light skin tones. And we are unique. We were all unique. We all have differences. Our hair's different, the way we look's different, our lips are different. And I think to recognize that as beauty is important because it hasn't been recognized as that for such a long time. And we need to educate everybody how we are different, but we are all beautiful. We all should be out there raising each other up, regardless of what our skin tone is. That's my honest opinion. That's how I feel about it.
I love that answer. And super authentic, by the way. Super, super authentic answer. It reminds me of a sort of unofficial model that we adopted here. It's been a couple of years and we still talk about it and celebrate, and it's beauty has no skin tone, right? Yeah. Beauty has no skin tone. And I think if I'm understanding what you're saying, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%. It doesn't have any skin tone. It doesn't. And it's for us all together to understand that and truly understand what that means. It's not a trend. It's not for the moment because everybody's talking about it. It should be a forever thing. And it takes for everybody to do it together.
Love it.
Well said, Sylvia. Thank you.
Sylvia, your accent is like, everything that sounds so incredibly important.
Yes.
And intelligent.
Yes,
wonderful answer. Thank you. So
You're
Tia,
welcome.
Tia, let's go to the woman who we asked to do everything in this company, apparently. Let's go to Tia next. Tia, here's your question. So the evolution of Black beauty, the evolution. as a Black woman, how has this evolution impacted you? What are your thoughts on it? And it is the evolution for all history. And then if you want, Tia, you can talk about the evolution in this company of Unique specifically, wherever you want to go with that question.
Oh gosh, I think most importantly, it's impacted me most as a mother, because I think with the younger generation now, I think the younger generation now really knows how to embrace their Black beauty. It's a little bit more normalized for the younger generation. For my generation, we are the evolution of Black beauty. And then you have the older generation. I want to bring up Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges was the first Black woman who ever went to an integrated school. She's 67 years old today. So those women are still alive today. Those women are still living in an unevolved version of Black beauty. And I think it's so important to embrace it, just to teach, because we have 67 to 70-year-old women within Unique right now who think that just a red lipstick or a plum lipstick is you know, acceptable for them as a Black woman. And it's important to teach them to think outside of the box and show them that Black beauty is something other than our norm, than what we were used to, than what society has told us was beautiful as Black women. We have to teach these older women in this older society to embrace that, as well as the younger community. So it's impacted me most as a mother, because it's allowed me to embrace my Black beauty, just to encourage my children. My children are biracial, by the way. So I'm primarily responsible for encouraging them to embrace their Black culture, as well as explore the other parts of them. So I think the most impact I've had is as a mother. I have allowed myself to explore more of my culture for my children. And in this business, I explore it more to teach that older generation who is like Ruby Bridges, who's 67 years old and still may not have experienced, you know, the evolution of Black beauty so much. So
I love so much that you answered that from the perspective of a mother. And I mentioned it in the bios, but all three of the women on our panel are mothers. And I think just that in itself is something to celebrate. And I just want to recognize that you have the perspective of a mom teaching your children. And I love that answer so much. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Tia, because you've been around for a long time. You're talking about educating our older generation on cosmetic choices and shade choices, and right, we need to broaden the way that we look at things on darker skin tones. Right. You gave a couple of examples of it's not just right a red lipstick, right? Give us all an example of what kinds of products you're educating on. What areas are you broadening when it comes to educating about the products that some of the choices within Unique?
Well, within Unique, I think, you know, when it comes to lipsticks and things like that, we, you know, as a presenter, sometimes it's really hard to broaden or expand that because of the limited shades for women of color. Right now, we have shades of pinks and maybe shades of purples that maybe an older woman wouldn't normally tap into, because as an older Black woman, we see older Black women wearing a deep burgundy, which is something that Unique hasn't explored, or they're wearing a neutral, which is something we still haven't tapped into. So I think that question is kind of hard for us, because right now we're still limited on the options that we can give older women, because when you come out with, you know, 6 neutrals, and only one of the neutrals maybe is a neutral for a woman of color, we're still limited as women of color in this business and in this company. So it's been a mission of the diversity panel to speak on that a lot, so that we do have the opportunity to educate the older generation, like, here is a nude for you, or here is a burgundy for you that you're used to, or maybe you should try a pink, since we are Unique is so tapped into pink. You know, we have to really kind of manipulate the shades to fulfill that, really. So it's kind of hard to do.
This is why no one had any preparation on the questions, because these answers are, I mean, this authenticity. This is a woman who's been with the company for 8 years. Yeah.
I'd like a burgundy lipstick.
Listen, you don't get what you don't have the courage to ask for, and asking for it on a live with all the presenters joining is the ultimate courage.
I'm
So
speaking for us all. I'm speaking for us all. I tell
there.
you, if you want the 67-year-old woman to evolve in unique, they got to have their traditional burgundy lipstick.
Well, you did say she's done a lot for us, Tori.
She has done a lot for us.
So I think she's entitled to one request.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay, thanks to you. All right, Shirley. Shirley Bhm, mother of seven. Mother of seven, 4 of them in college. Question for you, my friend. How do you uplift other Black women? And why do you think it's important?
Showing up for them every day. That's why Shades of Beauty was created. That's why we came, before Shades of Beauty, we had a different, group that was created by Kenesha. And then we kind of split it up to helping non-women of color to see more of us in Beauty Has No Skin Tone. And then we created Shades for women of color. And I think that's all I think I can speak for all 3 of us. That's our passion. We try to uplift them daily in there, because let's just be honest. I mean, if you join the company and you don't see yourself, it is hard to stick around. It is just hard. I think you can see Tia is there for 8 years. I've been there for 8 years, but it's like a handful, and it's like a coming and going, because if you don't see yourself, it is really hard to stick around. And you have to have like really a vision to make a change, to be in here. And we love unique, and we always believed in unique, and we always thought, there will be the time for us. And this is what we do in Shades. We uplift those women on a daily basis, and we shout them out if they don't get shouted out in their own groups. We kind of adopted them into Shades or outside, or I'm also on the diversity panel, and Sylvia was also on the diversity panel. That's what we do. We try to be a voice for them to come back and uplift them behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, because it is really hard if you with someone where you see 90% non-women of color, to be there and just to show up for yourself, just to be honest. And that's why we created Shades. That's why we have Shades. And to be that voice, because I think this question came up while you guys was in Shades. There is not a lot of representation yet there at corporate, and women of colors, we look at that. And I know this question was asked, and until there is this switch, I made it this is like my passion, my job, my work, to show up for those who are not seen enough. So that's what I do. I uplift on the daily basis.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
So I'm going to ask one final question, and I would just want to ask all 3 of you just to take a couple sentences. So it's a quick round. This is Black History Month. We are in a amazing beauty company, so we are celebrating Black beauty. I'd like to hear, and you can use your 2 sentences to talk about social media. You can use your 2 sentences to talk about within your teams, within your customers. How are you celebrating this month? How are you celebrating Black History Month, and how are you celebrating Black beauty? Since we have Shirley on, Shirley, let's start with you. How are you celebrating?
There you go. I'm a Black icon. No, for real. I think it goes beyond past Black History Month. I'm just trying to really normalize it. I am so very invested in Instagram, where you see, every shade. So I'm trying to really show this also my VIP, my customers, and also my team. You know, I am very, very passionate to show that we are so beautiful. Like, this is really, and I share history, and I don't know, I guess that's just what it is. I'm all here for it.
I love it. I love you use the word passion on this, the day of love. So thank you very much. I would say passionate is a very good word to describe you. Very good word to describe you, Shirley. Okay. All right, let's go to Tia. Tia, how are you celebrating this month?
You know, it's really hard to narrow down celebrating Black history to a month. I try to celebrate Black history almost every day of my life. Just like I said, I live to, you know, show the example to my kids, their Blackness, and I want them to embrace their part of their Blackness unapologetically. So I try to do that, you know, daily within myself. I know there's some things that, you know, people in social media or social media influencers, sometimes we shy back from our Blackness because we feel like it's not accepted in society, and it hasn't been accepted in society, and it's something that's slowly growing and becoming the norm. So, you know, I'm with Kate, hashtag, you know, like I'm with Shirley. Like, I just kind of try to find a way to live my Blackness as the norm, and that's how I celebrate Black history. I read Black history, I look into it, but I tap into Black history more than just this month. So I live in my race.
Love it.
Basically.
And last but certainly not least, we're gonna end with who we started with, and that is Sylvia. How are you celebrating this month?
Well, for me, Black History Month is, for the UK, it's in October, it's not in February. So it's a bit different for us in the UK, but I'm Black. Listen, I'm Black, so like I show up every day as a Black woman, like a Black English woman every day in my customer group, on my Facebook profile, my Instagram. I am a Black woman, and I show my life as a Black woman to my customers. Images I share, selfies I do, in everything I do, because I don't know how to be anything else. I'm Black, so I show up as that every day anyway, and I just try to encourage my other women of color, men of color, to show up as who they are. And the same with if I'm honest with you, I do that with everybody. I don't care what shade you are. Show up as yourself, be who you are. That's what I do every day.
Thank you to all three of you for your really heartfelt and authentic responses. And authenticity is something that I think we're all passionate about in this company. And I love your answers. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for having the courage to come on and, you know, talk with the organization about this month that we're celebrating.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, Tia, of course, please do.
I want to thank Unique for opening up to this, most importantly, because we wouldn't have this platform if it weren't for you allowing us, hearing us. I think that as Black women, hearing Black voices and empowering Black women kind of starts from who you're speaking to. And we've been speaking to Unique for a long time about things we need, things we want heard, and you guys are showing up. So I would like to show gratitude to you guys for doing that, because I don't see that in a lot of other companies, and we're doing it, and I'm very proud of it. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Tia. That's a perfect transition to just a couple thoughts that I wanted to share. You know, we don't have a lot of time for this necessarily today, but I'm going to continue sharing it on an event that I'm going to share with you right now. But I just wanted to mention briefly that I appreciate women like Tia, like Kanisha, like Sylvia, others, all of you who have been patient with me. As the founder of Unique, I obviously have a lot of influence into how our company can celebrate inclusion as well as diversity. And I would have liked to think that I've always tried to be a champion for that cause, but I want to recognize that it's taken me some time for me to evolve. And I think it's okay for me to say that, or at least, that's the type of vulnerability that I need to have, right? That I can see now that things that have been talked about for many, many years, I needed to listen more, and I can listen better. I had some life-changing events happen to me during 2020 as I had some crucial conversations with two of my brother-in-laws that are Black. I called them and I asked some questions, and those conversations changed my life. And I think what I know now is how much I didn't know, and I continue to not know. So it's almost like as I become more aware, I'm aware of how much I was not aware. And I want to thank all of you that are helping me on my personal journey and supporting Unique in our journey. We are here to listen to you more intently than we ever have before. And so now I would like to announce a virtual event that we are so proud to be doing, of course, in this particular month as we celebrate Black History Month. I am announcing February 23rd, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, an event that we've titled Empower Black Beauty, Unique Celebrates Black History Month virtual event. Everyone, all of the Y family is invited for that first hour that starts at 9 a.m. Pacific, where we will celebrate this a month. We will have a guest speaker, which unfortunately we're not able to tell you who it is, but obviously one chosen that we feel can help us celebrate and can represent this important cause to the world.
And a quality speaker who is worthy of you investing your time, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This event will be translated into all languages, so everyone can join. And stay tuned to our global pop for more specifics, right? We will be announcing it more, trying to get the word out, right? Obviously giving you the link so that you can join on that day. But this is our global announcement of this event coming up.
And I think if it's okay to say, Derek and Shalane have made some decisions and some choices which are very, very reflective of the comments that you just made.
Yeah.
And I mean, to use the phrase, putting your money where your mouth is, right? Like, so there's some pretty exciting stuff that you will want to tune in to hear how Unique is in a big way, and how our CEO in a big way is supporting diversity and inclusion within this world, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Tori. Thank you for mentioning that. I have talked about me coming back to Unique as the CEO, really focused on making Unique a 100% cause-driven organization. I shared at some events, a few of the charities that Shalane and I have supported in our Maxfield Family Foundation in the past. However, this will be the first specific, in the moment announcement of a Maxfield family donation that I'll make on that day.
23rd, ladies and gentlemen, and we will have posts and additional invitations to keep you informed, but 23rd, you do not want to miss that hour.
Thank you everyone for joining us today, and we hope to see you then. Happy rest of February as we celebrate, of course, what's happening this month with Black History Month, as well as all of the other events that are going on in the month of February. Have a great month.
Thanks, everyone.